4 away in a one bed, in a one room. That's the first time we know about slavery. They used to attack black people. His Majesty say, things like selfless sacrifice. And he get like 1 million views. Me say, what? Oh, the Cucumber man. Macka B, you saved my life.
Wha Gwaan Munchy.
Miss Munchy, what we tell him?
I hear me, Miss Munchy. People lock with Munchy.
Miss Munchy. Are you run the thing, so watch you now?
You know me, I say Munchy.
Munchy. Yell up Munchy.
Wha Gwaan Munchy.
Reggaeville family, Wha Gwaan Munchy is coming to you from the Chiemsee Reggae Summer this year. And with me is an excellent musician, an amazing clean heart Rasta, and the living proof that you can go viral with clean, conscious, and educational content. Macka B, how you doing?
Blessed love, Munchy. My God, give thanks. Bless up each and everyone. Rastafari.
I'm so happy to see you here, that you're with us here. I mentioned already, you're a clean heart Rasta and you say consciousness all the way. That's your motto that you've been living up all your life. Tell me how you grew up, that this consciousness was always part of your spirit.
Yeah, it has been, because when we were youths, because I was born in England still, Jamaican parents. But we live like Jamaicans, we eat, walk and talk like Jamaican, Yeah, so we get instilled the things from Jamaica coming to us. So one of the great things which was coming to us was the music, and also the messages within the music. And Rastafari was one of those great messages, And we took it on as little youths, at school. We started to knot up our hair and thing, and try to live the life of Rastafari as best that we could. We read a lot of books, And we even had our own center. It's called WRPA, Wolverhampton Rastafari Progressive Association. Yeah. Me even in the football team, the Rasta football team, our Rasta. Yeah, from we are little youth, So we start adhere to some of the tenets of Rastafari, and one of the greatest ones for me was like the food, the ital thing, So I was about 15 and I think I was having some meat. I think it could have been some chicken, and I was just looking at the chicken and say, this is a living being, I said, boy, I can't eat this no more. So when I was 15, I stopped eating meat. Yeah, at that early age, nobody else in my family did it, but only me do it, and me give thanks still. I'm still eating fish for a bit, because a lot of Rasta fishermen and thing. But after a while, I said, you know what? The fish have teeth as well, It have blood, It's a living thing also. So we're done with the fish and the milk also, So we just go ital all the way, And we just give thanks, and we just take on that consciousness within my lyrics as well,
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I find say, well, me just talk what is coming from within. And me just try to make it a better world, And when I see certain injustices, me can't help it. Me have to just talk, and try right the wrong. Because it's a gift, the most I give to you, So we have to use it for good, and too much people use it for bad, or just to make money, or just, for fame. But we have to try to help people. That's why I do summer songs concerning youths and all those things. So as you say, one of the greatest thing that, my big age, me have a little youth them, listen to me, like from TikTok and all those things, My grandchildren's friends, they want to meet me and, want autograph and all those kind of things. It's a great thing. So we have to give thanks, because the youths I get too much negativity. So we have to put them with a positive, Because if you eat positive, it make you think, about other things as well, So it starts with that.
You mentioned already that you started growing locks at age 15 and that you were in the football team and stuff. How was your childhood like? Because you mentioned your parents were from Jamaica, part of the Windrush generation, and I think the environment for those people coming from foreign countries, Caribbean and so forth, was pretty hostile. There was a lot of racism. How was the experience for you personally?
Yeah, man, it was hard still, because as I say, I didn't come from a wealthy background, like 4 away in a one bed, in a one room, Me and my brother and my mother and father, and I saw it go still. But I just said there was a lot of racism, because some of the places was no blacks, no Irish, no dogs, them kind of things, And we had to fight it as youths, because they were saying to us, go home. By that time, we thought we were home, because we were born there, Yeah, it's only further down when we start getting more knowledge and more understanding, we realize that, we're Africans still, Yeah, we just born in England, but we're African descendants, So the National Front was the big racist body at the time, and they used to attack black people and all these kind of things. There was a man called Powell. he came from the same city as me, Wolverhampton, and he talked about rivers of blood. How it's going to be rivers of blood when the blacks and the whites and all that kind of thing, trying to stir up racial hatred, you know. But on the ground, like, a lot of my friends were white and Indian and black, you know. It was the elders who really tried to keep on to the racism, but it's still there now, you know. Well, but we have to give thanks. It's not as bad as it was, you know, 'cause at that time it was really bad, and we had to fight physically. You know, we had to fight physically. Even like the police and all those things. We were in the riots, you know, the riots in England. We were part of them, you know, because we had to. They didn't listen when we're telling them all these things happening. They don't listen. But at a certain time, violence is not a good thing, but sometimes it make them wake up, you know, and them start wake up and say, oh, these people really need some attention, so they start giving more attention and things. So it was really hard as youths, you know, but we got through, you know. And one of the things where kind of helped us was when we saw Roots. I don't know if you've seen the film called Roots Kunta Kinte by Alex Haley. Yeah. So we see that as some liquor youths. Yeah. So imagine that's the first time we know about slavery. You know, so we see these things and we start delve more into Africa and who we really were and where we really came from, and it made us stronger as youths, you know. So we give thanks for things like those.
Despite all the struggles that you faced and even the physical violence and all these things, I still find it so fascinating that you have always maintained a positive spirit through your music eventually. Is that the type of person that you are? Because you didn't become bitter, right? You could have just become bitter and you know, but you have this positive spirit. Is that the person that Christopher McFarlane is?
You give them a name. Yeah, that's how I am. People who know me, that they know that's how I am. Like, I try to be kind to people, you know. It's just His Majesty say, you know, things like selfless sacrifice and all these kind of things, you know. Just try and be a good person, you know, 'cause you want people to do unto others as they do unto you, you know what I mean? So I try to do good to people because I want them to do good to me, you know. And I'll try and help anybody, you know. That's a great thing, you know. So I love it. I love the vibes that the Most High instill within me, you know. Because you say I could be bitter and going around. I could be in jail, you know. I could have just gone the other way and go to jail. But Rastafari saved my life, you know. And I just give thanks for that, you know, and make me the man I am. And as you say, I'm helping people. I get messages from people who say, Macka B, you saved my life. A lot of people, you know. Yeah, not just for the health thing, but for some of the other lyrics that I do as well, you know. And I get messages from mothers. They say, Macka, we love you. You make our children eat cucumber, you know, all these kind of things. And from doctors even, I get messages from doctors. Last month I did something with the NHS in England. That's the big National Health Service. Yeah, so they're watching Macka B and we did a pressure drop about blood pressure. And I say, yeah, 'cause we're trying to help the community. You know what I mean? So it's nice. I give thanks.
Yes, we give thanks. We will speak about the projects that Macka B does in just a few from now. But there are other conscious warriors on the battlefield this weekend as well, right here at Chiemsee Reggae Summer. Anthony Bill will be playing. Kimani Marley will be playing here on Sunday. And tonight is the wonderful Burning Spear. Macka B is with us for Wha Gwaan Munchy, and we mentioned already briefly that you do amazing conscious and educational content, not just through the music, but also through those two formats that you have on the social medias, which is musical as well, but the Medical Mondays and the first thing was the When We Eat Wednesdays. How did these things come about in the first place?
Well, I did have this song called Wha Me Eat, alright? And it was very popular, you know, people turn it into memes on social media and thing. And I said, well, it go on good. So one day me sit down with my youth them and they said, Dad, you know, so you could be big on social media. You could be very popular and help certain people. I said, well, I mean, I know about that still. So they try it. So we try one on Instagram and Facebook. And you get like 1 million views. I say, what? That's something the people are gravitate towards. So I must say something them need. And then we do a couple more. Then we do the cucumber. And that just got crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah, that got mad. That was 2017. Yeah, that just went crazy everywhere I go, you know. I went to America, it's like, oh, the cucumber man, you know. All them kind of mad thing, you know. But it was good, you know, it's making people think about healthy eating. Because that's what it's all about, you know. Making people think. Me just feel like, me just there for light a spark in a people's mind and them go blaze the fire after that, you know what I mean? So that's how it really come about. And then we started to do the Medical Monday as well. We said, yeah, me do Monday and Wednesday. And it's really popular, you know. I never believed it would get so popular. 'Cause I didn't really do it to get popular. I just do it because we say, yeah, that's something the people them need for years, you know.
Because I mean, that's what you've been doing all along. You have always done music about healthy living, about conscious livity and all these things. That's why from the very start, that's why we love you for and all these things.
The first song we ever get released was in 1982. It was on Sapphire record label out of London. And it was a tune called Get Rid of Maggie. That was in you know everything. Yeah, the letter to Maggie. So consciousness from then telling Margaret Thatcher me can run the place better than she and really. So that's how it goes, you know. But even before that in the 70s, I was with a band called Pre-Wax and we were doing conscious songs from even then, you know. I have a cassette tape at home. Some of the songs I did when I was 16. Yes, when I was 16, you know, a long time ago. And when I listen to them, I go, what? You know what I mean? Conscious from then till now. We give thanks.
You know, this is so precious in times where people gravitate so much to negativity and there's clickbait and all these things. It is so wonderful to have you also in this format to show that you can do these things and get viral with it. Same way, you don't have to focus on the negativity and thing. You mentioned already the long history of your music. You're more than 4 decades in the business. And I mean, when we watch the Medical Monday and When We Eat Wednesdays and the wicked DJ in that, you know, we see that clearly. You've been doing this for so long. Yeah. Tell me a bit how that very beginning was when you were DJing on the sound system and all these things.
Oh, see. Now that was dread still, because at first I wasn't a DJ, you know. Because as youths, we build a sound. Well, my best friend, when I was 4 years old, his father had a sound system. And he lived like, I live here and he lived 4 houses down. Every Saturday night, blues part. You know blues? Yeah, man, I know the blues. Me hear the bass I come down the street every Saturday night. And I used to love it. I say, wow. And me and my friend used to say, yeah, when we get older, we must have a sound system. So it just happened that the father is called Lord Barley. Yeah, he passed the sound down to his son. And we renamed it Exodus Sound, Movement of Jah People, you know. And it was our youths, you know what I mean? But at that time, me just glad to be in the sound. At home, I used to DJ, you know. But maybe I was too shy, you know, or whatever. But we used to carry box and buy records and everything. To me, that was nice, you know. But at home, I used to do it. So one day, we were playing a youth club. And we string up the sound. And then the rest of the sound, say, we're going to get something to eat. I say, Macka, you just watch the sound, make sure nobody come in and mess with it. So I say, yeah, man, me watch the sound. So them gone now, and the sound on and the microphone did there. So I say, touch it, you know what I mean? So I touch it and start chat a little lyrics. I never realized them forget something. And they hear, they say, oh, me never cousin. They say, Macka, they say, me never know you could have chat like that. I say, yeah, me do it at home and thing. They say, no, you have to chat on the sound from now on. So from then, I start chat on the sound and make up my own lyrics. At first, I was like pirate, you know, you just copying like a big youth, you know, Daddy Raya, I Raya or something. But me make up a lyric for myself. And it wasn't like a conscious lyric. It was just lyric about something that happened. you know. It was a regular thing. It was about like my brethren did beg me to buy a weatherman hat. You know, a weatherman hat. You ever hear of them? And in a Brixton from next to Black Dread shop. So I buy the weatherman hat for him and bring it back to Wolverhampton. And we went to a dance and he was there and he said, yeah, just put it in my car. So he gave me the key for him car. I put it in him car, a blue Escort. So I'm going to the dance now. After him come out of the dance, I said, Macka, the hat now in my car. I said, you must in your car. He said, no. There was another blue Escort and his key fit that one. And we put it in the wrong one and things. So it was nothing major, but we make a lyrics about it. And everybody started laughing and said, Macka, that's great. You know what I mean? So I said, wait, it better if me do something where coming from inside of me and people can relate to it and thing, you know. So you see, from then, no more piracy. You know, everything just come from Macka B. Yeah, everything just come from me.
Because even listening on now, you seem like such a natural storyteller, you know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is what I think makes also the format so great, that you DJ and you have these wicked lyrics and then even random things turn into some musical magic.
Yeah.
How long do you actually take to prepare the episodes that you do?
Some of them fast. Some of them really fast.
You have to be careful with the research, right? Because what you present in actual facts about all the plants and stuff.
The greatest thing is, you see, everything I talk about, I personally use. That's the greatest thing. I personally know about it, you know what I mean? So even if on Google or something, it might say there's no evidence of that and that. I know there's evidence. Yeah, because me know it, you know. Yeah, man, it's like something like golden seal, you know. Me know it good for the digestion. Me know it can help a cold, you know what I mean, oregano oil. Me know so it can stop a cold, you know, if you do it right, you know what I mean. So me just talk about things that me really know about and me do little research as well. But I don't go like definitive. I leave it for you to go and do the research. A lot of time, you know, make you make the decision, you know, because everybody different, you know what I mean. So I'm not saying this can do that and you must take this and I'm saying go and take a look. Because them say this can help this, you know. You try it and see, you know. It's more like a persuasive, more than other people to do something, you know.
But I think that's a good way. That's even a better way to reach people by suggesting something, unlike being like, you should do this and you should do that.
A good example of that is like with me and my youths. Like, can me become ital or vegan from a long time. But my wife wasn't, well, it was my woman, but she's my wife now. But she wasn't at first, you know what I mean? But I never forced, you know what I mean? I just set an example. And when the youths them come, at first they wasn't, but then they all wanted to be, you know, very early in age, you know. So I didn't just force and say, we're all doing this and all doing that. You know what I mean? We just suggest it and as a family, then come to the decision, which I think is great, instead of forcing them, you know.
And you mentioned already briefly earlier that a lot of people reach out to you and tell you that you changed their life or you saved their life. What was like the most flattering message you got from people, or the one that touched you the most from the feedback that you've gotten?
Oh, that's hard to think, you know. There's quite a few, you know. There's quite a few. Some people say they turn around cancer and thing, you know, by eating good and those kind of things, you know. So there's a lot really, you know. There's a lot where you can't, and all of them you can't really answer or whatever, you know, but there's a lot. I wouldn't really put it down to one certain one, you know, but I do get a lot of people on Instagram and Facebook saying, Macka B, you've really helped us a lot in life, you know.
I can only imagine. Yes, of course, naturally. I mean, I think you inspire a lot of people.
Like more than I realize. That are the thing. Yeah.
Even if it's just, as you said, you know, a little spark that ignites something. Was there a fruit or a vegetable or something that you researched and that surprised you as well? By like saying, oh, I didn't expect that to be, you know?
Probably ackee. Yeah, because I love ackee from a little youth. And when we find out how much nutrients it have in it and how the fiber good and this and that, and I say, well, ackee is really nutritious as well. You know, so it's nice when something you like is really, really good for you. You know what I mean? One of them ones, yeah. But even things like saffron, you know what I mean? Like it's the most expensive spice, you know what I mean? So when you realize how good it is, you know what I mean? Yeah. And a lot of people have tried things that I'm telling them, you know. There's some people ask me for my smoothie recipe, you know. Some artists, you know. I mean, they say, Macka, I want to get slim like you and rare, whatever, and healthy and rare. Give me a smoothie recipe now. So me tell them certain things when we put in there and thing, you know. It's really good. Yeah. Even the research is good, because you find out, you keep learning about certain things. Like, one of the latest things is astaxanthin. I never hear about it before, but I kind of hear about it now. It's the thing that makes the salmon red, because they eat it. Because everybody talk about salmon, like salmon's really healthy, but sometimes it's the things that they eat. So instead of eating the fish, I eat what the fish eat. You see what I say? So it's one of the highest antioxidants in the world, you know, and it's red, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I'm still learning all the time, you know.
I love sweet potato. I think it's very underrated as well. Because you can eat it even raw, and I think a lot of people think they have to boil it and stuff.
No, you can eat it raw, yeah. One of the ones where me love to eat raw is okra. You know what I mean? Some people don't like the okra because of the slime. Yeah. But that's when you cook it. But you eat it raw, different. No, it don't have no slime. It's a different thing. And you can make okra water as well, which is good for like diabetes and blood sugar and thing. And yeah, man. Okra.
I'll try that then. That sounds good. Is there something that is your favorite, where you say, okay, if me eat this, me feel good for the day?
I would say my favorite. Well, I mean, I know. But I have enough of them still. Yeah, because I love like moringa and baobab and all those, you know. Them are really nice, you know. But yeah, I would say berries. Yeah, man. Every day I eat berries. Blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, and cherries too, and acai. You know acai? Yeah, acai berry. And yeah, man, I love berries. Because them sweet, but they don't lift up the blood sugar too high. And then full of antioxidants and all those things. Yeah. Berries is amazing. I have many berries, very many berries, blackberries, blueberries.
I eat them as well. Every morning I put them in my smoothie as well. So yeah, I'm good with
hemp seeds to the berries.
Okay.
Dash hemp seeds on it, you know. Nice.
They have a little crunch to it. See? So much inspiration. Yeah, man. Macka, we need the energy also for Chiemsee Reggae Summer this weekend, because we have a lot of people also from the dancehall side of things. We're going to mash up this weekend. And of course, you can enjoy all the live videos that we shoot here on location on our social medias and stuff. And among them is, for example, also tonight's Spice. Wha Gwaan Munchy family, we're still at Chiemsee Reggae Summer with Macka B, and besides the social media works that he does, of course, he also always puts out wonderful music as well. Recently, Plant Farmer Plant is out with a video, and the Real Rock. Why did you choose the Real Rock?
Well, I'm a bridging really. I have to give me bridging in flowers still. My bridging called Nashai, right? I'm doing a project with him still, and him send me the Real Rock, and him say, Macka, there's something about the Real Rock on it. That's all he said, you know. So I start investigate it, because I really my love anyway. It's a classic. So I start investigate it and write about it, and it come out like that. And when I sent it to him nearly dropped down. He said, Macka, this is amazing, right? Yeah, because the music itself, a Firehouse crew do it, right? So I then put it out, Firehouse production. So if you big up George, you know George, our Firehouse crew. Yeah, if you big him up as well. And I have some more. Yeah, big up George, yeah. I have some more rhythm coming on it as well, like him Jabari, his son, and some. Yeah. But he's vocally doing some DJing on the thing as well. So look out for that as well, yeah. But it's getting popular. It's very popular. People seem to like it, you know. So we give thanks, you know.
So that's definitely something you guys can check out. What can the people look forward to from Macka B in terms of single releases also? Maybe, I don't know, are you working on an album?
Yeah, I work on an album with Jazzwad. You know Jazzwad?
Yeah, but no Jazzwad. Big up Jazzwad.
Big up Jazzwad. Yeah, I work on an album with Jazzwad and different. I got nice still there. Cause we did a tune before, a tribute to Jashaka when Jashaka they passed away. That's me and Jazzwad. So we decided we're gonna do an album still. And but I knew a song coming out soon called Water. It's like, yeah, it's one of the posts that I did from before, from Medical Monday, Water. And we put some music to it, you know. Yeah, you'll be surprised when you hear the music. Yeah. Very surprised, yeah.
You're not gonna reveal anything to me now?
No, not yet. When you hear it, you'll say, oh, that's what he was talking about. Yeah, man, water. Just remember that, water.
Throughout this weekend with this temperature, I'll sure remember water. But Macka, I'm certainly looking forward to the new music coming up, and I really want to thank you again for your inspirational works, for keeping the consciousness, as I said, all the way, despite anything, and for being such a positive person that we can all be inspired by. Thank you so much.
Give thanks, Munchy, and give thanks to you. Me watch Wha Gwaan Munchy as well, them nice, you know. And big up Reggaeville every time, you know, cause them really support reggae music in the greatest way, you know. So big up Julian and Reggaeville and everybody involved, you know. It's a great thing. Reggae to the world. Yes, I, Rastafari.
Wha Gwaan Munchy.